Hi, so today I'm going to teach you how to make this. It's kind of a long video. There will be some spots sped up, but stick with me. I'm going to show you how to make one of these at home for your own sewing space. Okay, to start off, we're going to need a few things for our ironing board that is going to go on the table. So my board, I got at Lowe's. It's a 3/4 inch 16 by 36. My desk is not 36 inches long. It's like 28. But I didn't feel like cutting it, so I'm just going to use the full board. And then maybe later I might either do like hot glue dots on the back, or I might just rig something on the back to keep it from sliding. But what you're going to need is fabric that's long enough, or scraps, however you want to do it. I'm actually using a Moda Scrap bag. I have all of the strips laid out. They're not exactly 2.5 inches. They include selvages. So it's really just going to be a scrappy kind of ironing board cover. You could also use elastic so that it's removable. I'm not going to. I'm just going to use my, I have a staple gun to attach the batting and the cover. You can do a quilt as you go method, which is I think the method I'm going to go with. So I cut out I cut out a muslin, or a piece of muslin, rough cut. This was not something that like I measured. I just kind of made sure that it was going to be bigger than my board, to wrap around a few inches on either side. I haven't ironed it. I did bust out the ironing board just in case. And then if you're a quilter and you're like me and you save all of your scraps, I have a lot of scrap quilting batting. And so this is what I'm going to use on my board. This box is bursting, kind of, it's bowed at the top. There's a lot of batting in here. So this is kind of just a scrap busting project if you want it to be. You could do yardage. So again, my board is 16 inches wide by 36 inches long. This is kind of, they are all like 36 inches long at Lowe's. I couldn't find anything shorter, and it came in like cellophane, so I didn't have anybody cut it down for me. But if you truly don't want 36 inches, you could, I think, have Lowe's cut it down to size for you. Just make sure you have like a marking pen and a measuring tape. I think they have those things there, but I don't know. So I put it on my table. So I have, these tables are from IKEA. With the Alex drawers, it's kind of like a whole system. And the shorter desk, I think it's 54 inches. The shorter desk is wider than like the 72-inch desk. The 72-inch desk is what my computer sits on and my embroidery machine. So let's get started. I am using like less than a 3mm stitch length, and because this is super scrappy, I don't know that I'm gonna love it. I can always make another one. I have, I think, one more Moda Scrap bag, but this one I just pulled out because I thought, oh well, why not? So we're just gonna start sewing. Okay, so this is what I have. This is what we just sewed together. I did run out of bobbin on the last line of stitching, which is totally fine. And I do know that you are supposed to set your seams. But I'm not going to, because I'm a rebel. Because this project is a quick project. It's an ironing board. It's not like a quilt. It's not anything fancy, right? Not anything fancy. Just remember, keep that in mind when you're doing yours. You can do yours the way you want to. Normally I would set my seams. It makes it a little bit easier. But I just don't care. I just wanted a quick project during the day to get this all started and get it going. I will probably use my muslin on the back of this. I'm not going to stitch it down. I've decided that I'm not going to stitch it down. I don't really care. But we're just going to iron it once we get there. Once we get the, looks like we're all heated up and ready to go. So I'm just going to iron this up. I would love to know if you use this tutorial to make your own. I'm actually going to iron this from the back, I think. Some of these seams are a little bit big because of the selvages. So, again, not something I would normally do. But I feel like this is just going to make it a little bit easier. And you normally wouldn't want to drag your iron across anything. But again, it's an ironing board. It's not a regular quilt. We're going to be fine. If you use this tutorial to make one, I would love to see it. We do have a Discord, or I have a Discord. I always say we, but it's because my community has a Discord. I live stream on Twitch. So if you're into sewing live streams, I do those over on Twitch. I have been on Twitch for like six or 7 years now. And that's just kind of where my community's at. I'm just using YouTube for tutorials and for VODs that I decide to take from Twitch and post to YouTube. I realized it could do with a little bit of spray starch. I use Best Press. Not an advertisement. I don't get paid to tell you that I use Best Press. That's just, I've been using it for years. There's lots of different spray starches out there. Some people use flatter spray. Some people make their own with vodka. There is a recipe out there for make your own starch. And this fabric, not the best fabric to use, only because these aren't necessarily like the straightest cuts. And I didn't pre-cut any of this. This was all just straight out of that Moda grab bag. And it can be a little wrinkly. I'm sure the wrinkles will work themselves out. Once I get it stapled down. The project wood, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, the project wood ran me about $13. I do have a military discount, so my overall price was cheaper because I bought more than just that at Lowe's. But Depending on where you're located, I would say $13 for that size of project wood is what you can expect. I assume that you could probably find something different at other craft stores. Michael's might have something similar but different. I don't know. I didn't go to Michael's. To be completely transparent, I had the dog with me. We had just taken her to the, or I had just taken her to the vet, and we needed wasp spray. So I popped by Lowe's because I know that they're dog friendly. And I knew that she would be mostly on her best behavior because she was worn out from getting vaccines at the vet, and that she'd had her harness on long enough that the anxiety whines had wore her out. So she and I went to Lowe's, and I just was looking, because this was an idea I cooked up like yesterday. I was like, ooh, I want to do this, and wouldn't this be cool for my first YouTube tutorial, or my first YouTube video, is to do this. It should be a really quick project. I think I started this like 30 minutes ago. Well, I probably started recording 30 minutes ago. And it will probably be shorter. I will have sped up the portions of sewing. That's why I changed the camera scene, because I figure, why not? I can put some music to it. Technically, per my recording software, I've been recording for 42 minutes. It took me a little bit longer to get set up because I had the embroidery machine over. So I had to get everything out, lay everything out. I'm using, so if you can kind of, if you're peeping down here in the corner, I do have a TV tray ironing board. It's portable. I'm using kind of the same principle for this that I did with this, except this just takes a fat quarter, right? So this was a fat quarter, and it's just stapled to the back of a TV tray. Peep the military moving stickers. But I just, there's batting in here. So this has been a go-to for a long time. But now we're going to try something different. That's garbage. Okay, so let's take our, got our bag of, or our box of batting. That's like the perfect length. Alright, so we're going to do this one. It doesn't cover the sides, but that's okay because I have more. I did just go through all of this very recently to fold it up nicely and put it away. I wonder if this one is not long enough. Now what I can do is I can just take this. I could put this one down first. This is actually really nice batting. I don't know that I have enough. Do it like that. I think I want one more. This is probably going to fit. This is an older piece of batting. Perfect. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to take this. I'm going to set it down, and I'm going to take my scraps, which is the long one. This was the long one. Okay. Oh, wait. We're going to use this one because this one's longer. I'm going to do this one. And then these ones. Okay. Make sure that so what we're going to do first is use some painter's tape. I use painter's tape for embroidery. So I'm just going to use this as a kind of a placeholder, right? So that I can get a nice, well, I don't know why. Aha. I was like, I don't know why this one won't lay flat. Okay. We're going to take this, flip her over. Okay, we're going to take our muslin, put our muslin over the top of that. Again, muslin was not iron, doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to take this big piece of batting, And this one actually, because I folded it, or it's still folded in half, it actually works out pretty well. Now we're going to take our top. Look at how cute that is. It's kind of perfect. Fold this down just a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take it, flip it over, okay. Move all that out of the way. So, now we can take and trim down some of this excess batting that we don't need. Right here. And this was like the perfect stash buster. I'm going to take that out because now you could have serged the edges rather. You could have serged the edges of this, of your quilt top if you wanted to. I am going to fold them under, just like that. I'm going to move this so that it is fully on the table. Okay, trying to get it to lay somewhat flat. All right, so now yep, we do have some staples in there. So watch your fingies when you do this. Press hard and down. So this one right here, let's see if I can. This little staple right here did not not embed all the way, so we're just going to redo it. That's what happens if you don't press down. Oh, that one still didn't want to go all the way in. That's okay, I have a hammer. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. I'm going to take the tape off. I'm going to make sure everything is nice and tight. Hold taut, if you will. You know what I didn't do? Didn't keep my staple gun over with me. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. So really what we're trying to do is get a nice tight fit. It can be a little hard to do. Perfect. If you hear the clickety-clack of dog nails, I have a visitor walking in. Luna's checking on me. This is going to be so awesome. I cannot tell you how excited I am. Now this corner is going to get a little bulky, and that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut out, if I can find my scissors, I'm going to cut out some of this bulk right here. Really, I just need it to be I need part of the corner to be covered. Okay. I think that should be okay. Make sure you don't cut your fingers with your scissors. Be very careful. Okay, so now we can cut a portion of this off because we don't need it. It's very long. Could you save this? Sure, you could. Am I gonna? Nope, not even a little bit. These Moda Scrap bags have been in my stash for years. So there is no love lost. Let me cut out some of this. And this batting, I stash batting like they're never gonna sell it again. So Having some excess be cut off is again, not a deal breaker for me. Okay. Whoop. Nope. Am I out? I might be out of staples. Which is fine. Yep. Because I have more. Apparently they don't come in. What? Oh. Ha. There's literally directions on the side of this thing to tell me how to do it. There we go. Got it. Rachel, you have to be smarter. All right, so we're going to staple gun that guy. Okay. Let's try this again. This guy is not a fan. There we go. Why are you not? Having technical difficulties with the staple gun now that I've reloaded it. There we go. There's one. Okay, let's try this one more time. Why won't you go in there? There. It's going to be fun to see all the YouTube comments and people telling me or saying like, what are you doing? Do you even know how to use a staple gun? Oh, come on. I heard that one go somewhere. See if we can't get a different side. Okay, I guess I don't need to hold it quite as tightly as I thought I did. And for a few of these, I'm probably just going to use the hammer to finish cinching them down. Oh. No. Ouch. Staple it as many times as you want. Okay, now I'm going to hammer some of these down. One more here. Come on. There we go. Oh, I need to do this one. I want to make sure that I get the corners nice and good. Okay. Now we're going to move it around. Do the other side. It is already very warm in here. I don't have the air conditioner turned on, so I am feeling it. Okay. Let me grab this. So, I know there's a lot of products out there, right? Like there's the wool mat, right? I don't know what it's called. I don't remember who it's by. I think it's by Martelli, but I don't know. So the reason that I'm not using a wool mat is because I don't use animal products. So wool mat comes from sheep's. It's just a moral thing for me. I also hear they smell. Like they smell like sheep. So, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, cool. I am not. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to cut a little bit off of this. Again, cut as much or as little off as you want. Brutus is underneath my feet right now because he thinks that that's where he needs to be. Grab. So I'm kind of doing the corners like I would wrap a present. I need to get the rest of this out of here in just a second too. It's a good thing I didn't use any like glue basting methods for any of this, because that would have been a nightmare. I'm really just trying not to cut through my fabric that I sewed. There. We're back to this. There we go. Okay, well, we're just dropping staples. There we go. If you have sat through this long, just know I appreciate you. so much. If you have any constructive criticism on making the next video better or easier to understand, I'm always open to feedback. Constructive. Don't be a jerk. Now I'm just stapling for fun. Okay. We have reached the finale. Are you excited? I'm excited. Okay. Here is my fancy new ironing board.